What's going on, guys? Sorry for a little bit of the delay there. Doing some Vampyr today, a game I never played before. Vampire RPG developed by Don't Nod Entertainment, same people that did Life is Strange. So very interesting change in direction from what I'm used to with Don't Nod Entertainment. We got story mode, normal mode, hard mode. We're just gonna go with normal mode. Character progression is faster if you kill citizens. What? So it's faster if we kill people? There's no reward for finishing this mode without killing any citizens. Enemies are harder to kill and hit harder. Experience points awarded by killing enemies in combat are reduced. The powers of vampires tied to the citizens you choose to embrace. Ooh. We'll just stick with normal, I think. Hope y'all are having a wonderful Wednesday. I have no idea what the plot of this game is, but it's been sitting in my Steam library for a little while now.
12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers.
I already love the
flock's
voice actor
flight
in this
makes
opening.
for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished
I've heard
as
this
old
voice actor
answers
before.
withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Very, very nice. Good opening. Good start to the game.
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor
A lot of dead bodies
holy
there.
retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet.
It's sweet embrace.
Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
Oh, there I am. That guy's got some main character energy if I ever seen it. He's handling himself quite well. I think he's rather composed, given the fact that he's laying around a bunch of corpses. I'd be a little bit more freaked out, I think. Am I thirsty for blood yet? Looks like I get to move around. Probably a newborn vampire. Oh, I see the red. Yeah, so I can follow the blood. I'm hearing some voices. Oh, there's someone there. Come, give me your blood.
So thirsty.
Hey, delicious.
Oh my goodness, what are you doing? What happened to you? Oh my goodness, I haven't seen you in so long.
Oh, she knows me. That's sad. She's like, oh, you're okay. And all I can think about is how delicious that neck smells. By draining her dry. Maybe there's a thing in the game where if you don't drink enough, you go mad and you just kill the first one.
My sweet brother.
The first person you see.
Mary!
Mary!
No!
What happened to you, Mary?
Mary!
Someone attacked you!
Hold on! Please, hold on! Oh, God. What? Mary. Mary.
Seems like we killed our sister. I see some puncture wounds in the side of my neck, so it's probably whatever vampire turned me. I don't have any glowing red eyes, though, which I kind of thought would be a feature.
This horror. It's a nightmare.
You done killed her!
No! Please!
Man,
a moment,
they
let me
saw her
explain.
from quite a distance away. I shrugged that bolt off like it was nothing, so that's the nice benefit of being a vampire, I suppose.
These patrols are after me. No! No! Don't shoot!
Come on, use
This is a
your
nightmare.
vampiric speed.
I need to get out of here. This can't be happening.
No, I'm innocent.
Please, stop!
She just spilled Kool-Aid on her neck.
What's going on?
Down here.
Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about?
Has it fled?
Let me get a weapon.
Now, I can defend myself.
Tricky bastard. Kill the thing!
Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice.
I'm just becoming a serial killer at this point.
Who are you? Stupid beast!
Who are you? Who are you people?
Burn him!
Oh, he's burning me with fire. Oh, that guy is fairly nimble.
Sorry.
Like how he just keeps apologizing after murdering people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, please, stop!
Okay. Is there like a strong attack? 'Cause right now I'm just kind of stuck mashing left mouse button.
Who are you?
Oh, Christ!
What do you want?
Wonder. I guess I just recover health outside of combat up to a certain threshold. It's throwing me off that F is the interaction button.
I mean you no harm. I
I
need
mean
help.
no
Die, you
harm. I
fucking
just
leech.
murdered like 5 people.
Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this. Shut up, beast! Who are you? What is this all about? What in God's name? I'll do the rest of the job. Just leave me.
I guess the sun's coming up. It didn't look like it was sunlight out. Must be
The
dawn.
sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone.
Okay, certain elements like fire deal aggravated damage that reduces your maximum health gauge. Okay. How
I
does that?
need to find somewhere to hide.
How do we recover that?
Let me go!
Do I go through here?
I cannot enter.
Hey, no, 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 no.
I need to find shelter.
No, not the sun. I'm gonna ignore this keep out sign.
Is anybody there? What is this place?
Now I'm just running into random holes.
The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
Until the roof falls in on my head. Oh, dead person. It's a lovely city we're in. More than dead, it looks like she's a soulless husk.
Wait, this one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Gold watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it to share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
Nice art style there. The way they're showing the flashbacks, it's
That's
interesting.
impossible.
He's like, holy shit, I died. More dead people, okay. Are you also a vampire? Now I'm a vampire with a gun.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now! There's time. I can save him. That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital! Done. He'll live.
Was I like a
And now
doctor
what?
or like a
We
paramedic
fight.
before this?
Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing. No, it never got easy.
It only became more hard. This is such a cool game. Hey man, how are you? Good, good. I'm doing good. I have never played this game before. It's a first time playthrough here. Thanks for stopping by in the chat, is it Wes Leslie? Or is it just Wesley? I think it's Wes Leslie. Going through a lot of flashbacks here.
Brother, what have you done?
Mary! Mary! Mary,
It was Leslie.
I'm sorry.
If it was Wesley, it'd be
Whoever did this to us,
gotcha.
I will
I'll just-
find them.
We'll just do Wes Leslie then. Gotcha. Let's see. Just Wes is fine. Gotcha. Alrighty, Wes. Well, welcome to the chat. You can be our helpful guide in case I get super lost. Looking into the history of the bite marks on our net. If people used your full legal name every time they spoke to you, it'd get real accusatory feeling. That's very true,
Who goes there? Who's there? Are you referring to me?
Is that my seer, the one that turned me into a vampire?
No! No!
I'm a huge fan of anything
accomplish.
with vampires and media, so I was very much
I
looking
still
forward
have
to trying
so
this
much
game
left
out.
that needs doing.
Eventually, we'll probably also get back into V Rising, because that's another great vampire game. What is my objective here exactly? Is it to go to sleep? Bloody Diary, 15th of October, bad sleep. It's Sire, not Seer. Seer's a mystic viewer. True. Yeah, I couldn't think of what they called the Sire. I couldn't remember what they called the ones that turn vampires into vampires. Their Sire. 15th of October, bad sleep. Becky coughed all night, and the fever made her delirious. I heard a loud noise in the morning. It's a big machine some men brought by the banks to dig a big hole in the ground. It was some sort of mechanical shovel. Maybe I could go there and ask for some work. Becky needs medicine. 16th of October, I talked to the men with the mechanical shovel. They told me they are digging mass graves all around London. Safety measures, apparently. If is there a new epidemic? Is the flu coming back? They had no work for me. Becky slept a little last night. The foundry has been closed, and there are no more jobs nearby. 19th of October, I went to London to find some groceries and drugs. No trains. It took me the whole day to cross the Thames and come back. Becky seemed better. I made a soup she ate. I found no drugs, only a few syringes and some sleeping pills on the black market. We have no money left. Maybe I could go to the Pembroke Hospital tomorrow, but it's so far, and I fear leaving my wife for so long. 19th of October, Becky threw up the meal a few hours after she ate. She is so frail now it makes me cry. She says she hears voices outside at night. She says she wants to eat meat. Where would I find meat? Tomorrow I'll barricade the house to protect us from looters. 21st of October. This goes on for a while. Wow. The men with the mechanical shovel has stopped digging the mass grave. I heard shouts last night as they were attacked. Now there are only a few boats throwing bodies day and night into the giant hole. The smell is terrible. We should have left this house a week ago, but Becky, she refuses to leave. She'd rather die, she said with a nasty smile. Why is she torturing me so? 22nd of October. Becky just attacked me. She jumped on me from the stairs and tried to bite me. I had to smack her, but she smacked me back. I went upstairs and locked myself in the bedroom. Now I can hear her crying and mumbling downstairs. I retrieved the gun I hid in the ceiling since the war to protect the house. Now I'm ready to use it to protect myself from my own wife. 23rd of October, I could not sleep at all. Becky spent the whole night scratching at the door asking for my help, begging me to let her in, but I was too afraid to open it. That's a horrifying realization that your wife's scratching at the door, wanting to suck your blood while you're barricaded in your own room. Oh. I'm just waiting for her to die now. It would not be long. I pray God it will end soon. 24th of October, I was so hungry I tried to go downstairs this morning. Becky was sitting in the armchair by the chimney. She was panting like a dog, looking at me without moving. Just following me around the room with her eyes. I pointed the gun at her sore face, but she did not react. I could not pull the trigger. I went back to my room. 25th of October, the house is silent like a tomb. No more noises. Becky is dead now. Forgive me, my love. I was unable to save you. I'll be with you soon enough. So I wonder if she just didn't get blood in time, so she died without having any blood.
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all.
You never heard of vampires, man? Makes a lot of sense to me.
It's a nightmare. That's it.
Poor guy. Do vampires need sleep? I think it's more like meditation.
So be it.
Oh, no.
Rational thinking only.
That's not very rational, I don't think, man. Yeah, but he's a man of science, so they gotta do a bit where he refuses to believe in this paranormal stuff. That's very true. It's crazy how he was driven to suicide. Like, obviously he didn't succeed, I'm sure, because it's not like he's got silver bullets or anything that would actually keep him dead. But yeah, that was a pretty quick reaction to all the shit that he'd been through in the last hour, I guess. So if you haven't played this yet, what is your expectation of this video game? I have literally zero expectations. I know it's about vampires, and that's it, because I have not seen gameplay of it. I've not watched trailers
This
or
is
anything.
absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
I'm under the impression that it's kind of like an RPG. Like you can level up your character, maybe. And then the only thing that I know, okay, here we got active skills. The only thing I know is that it's made by the developers who made Life is Strange, which it's incredible that they managed to go from that kind of game to this, because it's totally different. Hideout beds allow you to evolve and rest, spend experience points to level up and improve your vampire skills. Okay, so we got defensive ones here. You will block your target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless. Oh, this is gonna be hard to navigate, I think. You drain your own blood to heal normal and aggravated damage instantly. So these are all levels that I have not reached yet, right? So I can't even get any of these. Science! Ultimate. Ooh. You focus your power to boil your target's blood, causing it to violently explode. Oh my god. It has very light Souls-like elements. I see. Well, I do play a lot of Souls games, so that should be good for me. You create a shadow vortex at your target's feet, coming to life. The shadows interrupt an enemy in the area and inflict tremendous damage. You lose control and let the beast take over for a short time. The beast teleports itself to all enemies around you and strikes them with furious blows. I probably would go for that one for my ultimate whenever I do unlock that. It looks like the only thing that we have is autophagy. Okay, so these are all different trees entirely. Okay. Oh, that's a lot more than I thought it was. You can level up independent skills here. So I think all we can really do is get the first level, right? Because that's level 6 required. Oh, I guess now we're level 2. Okay. So it looks like all that's on offer is the aggressive section here. Place a cloud of shadows at the target's feet or yours. The cloud will explode after a short time, causing heavy damage. You throw a spear made of blood, which can pass through enemies in front of you. A close range strike that will cut through all living creatures in front of you. Claws sounds like the most simple to use. You know? Although Blood Spear's got like longer range and it's just slightly less damage. And then Shadow Mist is like the highest in damage. And it's got a lower cost, but a longer recovery time. Autophagy. Autophagy is your body's cellular recycling system. That is something I definitely would have never have known. I think I'll just stick with Claws for now, because it just seems like the most straightforward ability to start leveling up before we go into other ones. And I don't think I have enough experience to go for anything else. So it's probably all we're going to be able to do right now. Confirm. Basically, it's skills you use at the cost of your own vitality. Your body eats itself to fuel it. And then I'm guessing I just get more blood by draining other people.
That voice in my head. If I'm not mad, then it must belong to the one who made me what I am.
The eternal thirst.
I must find him to understand
Identify and confront the vampire who created me. How am I supposed to go about finding them?
Where is it?
Yep. What are y'all banging at?
I want me dead.
I'm trying to sleep in here.
Here's the leech. Here!
Ooh. I just learned how to teleport. Maybe it's like a instinct
My head's
thing.
spinning.
Oi! Come out, you coward!
It's locked.
Okay, we ain't going that way then. A stake. Offhand weapons can be used by pressing right-click. They have attacks with special effects and consume stamina. And then my claws are 2? Okay.
I'm still in Southwark.
Over there!
I must reach the West End. Go back home.
A stunned enemy can be bitten.
Die, vermin!
There's a strength I never knew I had.
I'm super strong. Yeah. I'm getting my fucking ass handed to me.
This shouldn't be possible.
It's a killer!
Oh God. Is it I or is it 1? Because I'm pressing 1 and it's not doing anything. Do I have to hold it down? I don't have any blood.
Every sinew, every fiber of my being is a...
Okay. Pro tip, fire, algae, very pain. Yeah. I'm not used to the combat yet. Press F to bite a stunned enemy. Biting enemy provides you with blood. Use skills and also refills your health gauge. Okay.
Fire. I feel like a child
These are the most
learning the limits of my body.
These are the most nimble humans I've ever seen. Okay, so I should only be trying to stun them when they're at a lower health pool. The stamina is hard to manage. I've noticed that. That did not hit me. Okay, whatever you say, my friend.
My strength. My reflexes.
Kind of getting the hang of it.
I'm not human anymore.
Very much so. I'm glad you are now realizing that. I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say in this game it pays to carefully decide who you kill and who you leave alive. Oh, so there's a multiple endings, it sounds like, possibly. Your choices matter, that kind of stuff. Your king and country need you. That's part of the roleplay of it all. I get to roleplay a vampire, yes. Join the British ranks and help the brave lads at the front. I'll pass.
My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
Oh, I can eat. I can just eat rats.
I can't believe I'm doing this. This is despicable.
I mean, hey, if it helps me get the more blood, sure. I'll eat all the rats.
I cannot enter.
Unless there's some negative side effect for chewing on rats.
It's locked.
Aside from losing my dignity.
The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it.
How does Homeboy even know
locked, all right.
where to go? Like, maybe he's just got that blood bond with his
I can't
master.
believe I'm doing this. What will London have to say to me? It's locked.
Am I playing
So
Silent
many
Hill 2
questions
here? Every
unanswered.
single door is locked. I'm getting flashbacks to horror games.
Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum?
Everything's on lockdown because there's a plague out. That would be the logical explanation. But why in a video game format do I have to
Man has been
have
drained of
12
all
different
blood,
doors that are locked?
but I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
Fun fact, there's more going around in London than just vampirism. Oh, maybe we'll have like
Fresh
werewolves.
blood. The smell is so strong.
This is cool.
Where has everyone gone?
We're on like a bloodhound scent here.
According to the blood patterns, that's where the victim was attacked. So that must be the killer's trail.
I don't need to eat more rats. A new hideout is available. Check your map to locate it. Oh my gosh, we got like an entire map. How do I zoom in? Oh, E. That's strange. How do I position this map? Okay, this is the hideout. There. Is it like right behind me? The place I was just in? Or near, I guess? Oh, I can jump up here. Okay. Finally, a door that's not locked. If you ever need help, mapgenie.io has an interactive vampire map. Ooh, okay. I feel like this must be like one of those sleeper games that you either know about and you love, or you just never heard about it before. Okay, we can craft medicine. Crafts medical treatments to heal sick citizens, serums to boost yourself, weapon upgrades to improve and customize your weapons. I don't think I have anything for crafting right now. Nor do I think I have any means to upgrade. Yeah, I've not looted a single thing. Look how many different weapons there's available. I could probably be picking up like axes and shotguns or whatever. Oh, I could recycle my watch. Can I sell items in the game? Is there merchants? Or is everything I just pick up meant for recycling? Because this would give me spring, screw, and grease. Right? I don't have any common trigger part. I suppose we'll sleep again. Might as well. Go for more leveling up here if we're able to do so. I think I'm going to want, I'm probably just going to want increased health right away. Because I feel like I take a lot of damage already as it is. So we might go into body here. Oh wow, it costs 2,000 to upgrade it. And then it goes through different skill trees here. Okay, okay. There's a junk economy. Meaning like, there's people that sell junk items, or that I'm supposed to like recycle everything I find. Well, I don't think I have enough to level anything else. So we'll probably head out. I don't want to cancel, I want to confirm. The following night. You don't gotta recycle everything you find. Don't worry, you'll figure this out. I guess my dog wanted to pitch in on the conversation. You'll figure this out soon enough, but I don't want to give any story spoilers. Fair enough. Follow the killer's trail. I need to get rid of the map marker because that's distracting me. I think I gotta go back in my senses here.
That's strange. The trail is very erratic, as if the killer was drunk or hesitant.
Well, I'm
At
in
last,
a bar.
a little life.
Welcome, sir, to the Turquoise Turtle.
Speak with the
Oh,
local.
God, sir. You look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
There's only
Well,
one thing I
grab a
want to
chair
drink.
and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
A long night? Why?
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't
I'd be
die of
packing up
flu.
my stuff and moving out of the city.
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
What is this place?
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
Does it sound slightly crazy when you walk into a place and you say, "Where am I? What is this place? Can't leave the city. There's a quarantine. People are trapped." Oh yeah, I forgot about the quarantine. Aren't you scared?
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets, and I never go outside.
I feel that.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
I'm looking for someone.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room.
And
Thought
in a
it was
bar,
kinda
I'm
rude,
sure there's a
actually.
lot of people
mean
going,
he's
"Where
still
am I? What is
Oh,
this
yeah.
place? Why are my pants
Been paid
gone?"
for the entire week.
True, but I don't think I appear very drunk just yet. So a sober person asking that probably is a bit concerning, but they probably have heard much worse stuff in a bar, I'm guessing. How long has he been here?
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
Who is he?
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. A professor or
No,
something
you don't look
fancy
drunk,
like that.
but you
Always
look like you
writing,
just got
reading
stabbed
notes.
in your pajamas.
I need
I'm
to
just a
meet this man.
butcher. That's what I
I
do
have
on my daytime
questions.
work.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
I promise I won't get up to any tomfoolery.
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area,
They do not pursue me.
but they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Are you certain?
Damn.
You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Very perceptive. Maybe she's a vampire as well.
Slowly, vampire! Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Saith the vampire. Present
That is
yourself!
one powerful crucifix.
I need a word.
Anyone?
Well, that's something I can do for you.
Well, I mean, those crucifixes are very powerful, apparently, against vampires. Please don't do that again. That was very painful.
And who might you be?
Oh, this could be important, maybe. I don't know who I am. You first.
Tell me, who are you?
First, tell me what you want. Then I may tell you.
That's none of your concern.
Only when wielded
Sir,
towards
you
the
have entered my
vampire.
room
Notice
in the
how
middle of the
it went
night,
dim when
pale
he
as a
went
corpse
away
and
from you.
shaking like a tree.
Very true, yes.
So please, indulge me.
Someone
Who was the other person he was
is
talking to?
molesting
Where did they
people.
go?
In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I'm a victim too.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
me then. Let's see. What do you know so far?
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docks have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
Who was it you were talking to?
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Yeah, seriously, where the heck did she go?
Ridiculous. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Yeah, it was very
Then the
clear.
feeling is mutual.
Talking to another vampire.
And what exactly is this brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We are both chasing the same shadow.
I guess I'd be inclined to agree. So
A
yeah.
shadow, indeed. Yet I heard his voice in my head. There was a moment I believed I was mad.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I don't know. I'll end him. I'll demand answers. I probably want answers.
I will at last have the answers to my questions.
Like, why did he do this to me?
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
Can I loot your room? Apparently so. 5 shillings. Can I just murder random people?
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
I want the truth. She's like, what are you talking about? What is going on?
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic. Now all these terrible murders.
Do you want to murder random people? You may need counseling. No, I'm just wondering, like, is it an option? Like, does the game allow you to do that?
The murders. What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah. Killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it.
The
Dozens
Spanish
dying
flu,
every
huh?
week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing.
Does the game
There are
allow
so
it?
many
Yes.
quarantine
Is it a
zones
good
in London
idea?
now. It's
Sometimes,
gotten really hard to
depending
travel
on the
across
kind
town.
of playthrough. Well, I guess if I was going for an evil playthrough, sure, I probably would do that. But I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I'm just going to have to play it by ear, probably.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
What's going on
I
here?
spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth?
Play it by ear
What do you mean?
or by
I
face?
suspect that someone else was
Vampire
here
joke.
tonight. And I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please tell me what's going on.
It's William Bishop.
Well, that was easier than I
He
expected.
came in here earlier tonight and he...
Pressed her just a little bit. She's
Well,
like,
I
alright,
thought he was gonna
fine,
cock
it's Will.
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
That's why she's scared? Because of the plague?
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. But my God, his eyes. His face. He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates.
The atmospheric music is
But
really,
recently,
really
Will,
good with the string instruments in the
Will
background.
started to get very aggressive.
Would you like a refresher on the Spanish
Thank you
flu?
for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
I don't think it's necessary. I think I got the general gist of it. I know it's, a plague that killed a lot of people. You just discovered a hint. It reveals secrets about a citizen or someone related to them. I don't even know what button that is. Backspace? Tab? Tab. As a vampire, you need human blood to evolve. The blood quality bar indicates the experience you will earn if you feed on this citizen. Unlocked hints increase the amount of experience. What? So you earn experience from feeding on citizens? Okay, we'll do this quick. H1N1 is a flu virus subtype known for causing the 1918 Spanish flu and the 2009 swine flu pandemic. It spreads via respiratory droplets, causing fever, cough, and fatigue. Vaccines and antivirals help control it, but its mutations require constant monitoring. The closer you are to them, the more experience you can suck out of them by popping a boy with the cold ones. I don't quite understand what the whole gaining experience from feeding off civilians thing is. Okay, so the closer you are to them, the more experience you can suck out of them. So it's like if I get more clues, then I get more experience. So if you do their missions and side quests, they become more nutritious. But I don't want to feed off people, right? The goal is not to kill people if I'm doing a good playthrough. Assuming I want to do a good playthrough. But maybe it's just like you have to pick and choose who you want to kill. This is super interesting. And there's so many... What if they're bad people? I mean, yeah. So you suck the blood out of the bad people after you do their side quests, and you leave the good people alive. Or if you're an experienced goblin and you just want to become max level like right away, you can just murder everyone and maybe get a bad ending. It's kind of the gist I'm getting out of this. Okay. How do you kill them, though? That's what I want to know. Can I just, can I attack in the middle of this bar? It doesn't seem like I can.
Good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
It's locked, all right.
I think I'm losing my mind.
Let's talk to this
Good
drunk
evening,
guy.
sir. I
Would you
wondered
kill
if I
one
could
innocent
ask
to
for your
save
help.
1,000?
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that.
Killing
Don't worry,
one could give you the
things can
power
only
you
get
need to
worse.
save many. I'm gonna be a good guy, vampire, and save the city. What's going on around here?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
Is it just a fairy tale?
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
Who is this sewer dog?
Who is this sewer dog?
It's a local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog.
It's 2 a.m.
Hey.
I gotta go snooze. No problem. Thanks for stopping by, Wes Leslie. Or Wes. You have a wonderful night. And I'll see you later. We'll probably play some more of this Vampyr tomorrow, I'm guessing, because I'm quite interested in the game already.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle.
The beautiful
This is
bottle.
important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
Well,
I'll leave
he's,
you to
he's
your
just
bottle.
a drunk. He's not going to be that helpful. How many more locals can I interrogate? Because I think I pretty much have already spoken to everyone at the bar.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city.
Oh, there's another blood trail over here.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood.
Let's examine the wounds.
This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim.
Let's look at the outfit.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. What's this? Some sort of note.
Object. Multiple deaths in the docks region. We believe a nasty leech is involved. Locate the beast, purge it, and quickly. Warning. According to recent reports, this vampire is very violent. Approach with extreme caution. I know we lack men in this part of town, but don't send rookies to investigate the case. If I'm correct, we've got a frenzied one killing each night. As always, search abandoned places first, like old houses, basements, sewers, or warehouses. Destroy the Leech Brothers.
These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
You'd think I'd be able to just, you know, teleport. Yeah, there we go. Well, I was gonna suck his blood, but I guess I'm maxed out on blood anyways.
I cannot enter.
There's nothing here. Let's head back to a warm fire. Shut that foolish mouth.
I'd head back if I were you, sir.
All the more reason to shut it, Mr. Billy. If the man
man says a bloodsucker's dug in here, you've but one job, and that's to find it. And find it fast. It's fair enough, Tom.
This gives me like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines vibes. Press V to spot enemies around and display their enemy cards. Some enemies are more resistant to certain types of damage. There are 4 types of resistances. Physical, ranged, blood, and shadow. Orange indicates a medium resistance, red indicates a high resistance. So, better to use powers on him, seems like. Hey!
There's one of them vermin!
Delicious! Give me that blood!
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top! Christ! He's dead!
Stamina's running low.
There's one of them vermin!
So I'm starting to get the hang of the combat a little bit, I think. Oh, we got range weapons. Be aware that ammo is limited. How do I equip items? How do I even switch to the other weapon? Oh, whoops. Didn't mean to do that. I just wasted blood. I don't know how to switch. Because I got both of them equipped. Let's see here. Oh, switch range weapons, switch melee weapons, C and Z. Why does it say G then? Okay.
Over there!
Oh.
There's one of them vermin!
I guess there's no aiming the gun, it's just pointing and shooting. Oh god, okay, I didn't mean to... Well, I just fell quite a distance. Dang it! I was trying to get his blood. I can eat some rats here. I'm assuming these things respawn after some time.
It's locked, all right.
Well, the blood seems to go this way, so I suppose we'll keep following the trail.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
I'll not betray your trust. Is this first, you see? Believe in me, William. As one wish.
Equip a two-handed weapon and press right-click to use its special ability. The scythe, for instance, can be used to parry an incoming attack, inflicting heavy stun damage if timed correctly. I think I will try using a two-handed weapon.
We've done it before. No. Drink outside tonight already, and it did not quench my thirst. I must have more. Oh, dear God, not again. William, please.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
My dearest friend, you're my last and dearest friend.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Oh, we got a boss? Man, stamina management is seriously a thing you have to consider. I gotta use bludgeon.
William, please, stop. William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Amateur move.
What do you mean by
should have stabbed him through the heart with the
You truly
stake?
are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
Interesting.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I need to change of clothes.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me. This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire?
Ferals.
I must find a place to analyze the blood.
My first achievement.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who
A
can
little bit of
say?
everything.
The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Well, London is
probably the
peaceful
one that
as she
turned me.
appears from the middle of the canal. If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Seemed to be quite a celebrity.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes.
Finally.
So, what do you say?
Changing clothes.
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
So this is probably going to be like my home base. kind of like where I go back to recuperate.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Well, I'm glad we're on the same side at least. And now I got a new swanky coat.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah, it's my turn!
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Press F for details. I'll kill you!
Insult me again and I'll put an end to your misery right now.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
You must first need to mesmerize your prey to lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerized level must be equal or higher than the citizen's resistance. Press Q to mesmerize Clay.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Embrace Clay Cox, or spacebar to release it. Embracing Clay will provide a massive experience boost, but be aware that there will be consequences. Learning more about citizens and collecting their hints will increase the experience gained. I think we will embrace him for now.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
The district will soon suffer the consequences of your action. I wonder if that was the right move to make, but I did kind of want to get some early experience right away. That guy didn't seem like he was that important, though.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
I'm not... Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
Man, what a bitch.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you.
They already
Nurse
got
Crane,
my name on the
isn't it?
door, huh?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
How is Mr. Hampton doing?
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Now or never.
I'm over here just stealing medical supplies.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Oh, I could mesmerize her and go suck her blood too if I wanted to. I think we're gonna let her live. She's a nice lady.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
Oh, there's a hint. Did that count for her? No, probably for him it probably counted.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Seems like there's a lot of detailed conversations you can have with random NPCs, which is nice.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh, he's a traitor. Okay.
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
Oh boy. Yeah, I have no idea if there's anything that I want to sell as of right now. I know I want to get a common trigger part from him, I think. I think we'll probably sell these valuables here.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research.
It's here again.
I hope that there's no
I cannot
carry
enter.
weight capacity.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
All vampires, I'm guessing.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Booth Digby, what a name.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
Do you know Tom Watts, the bartender from the Turtle? I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Oh boy, are you a priest?
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Maybe the crucifix might need to be blessed first?
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy.
She's a little crazy.
You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
She's a little nuts, I think.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
Can a vampire drink the blood of another vampire if she's telling the truth?
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead. A ghost or a ghoul. Or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry.
She's
These
totally
people
lost
will not
it.
find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Wrong target, new investigation.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Time has lost its effect on me, but the suffering continues.
Find out who is spying on Thelma. Oh, there's another guy over here that we haven't spoken to.
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
And vampire. As a vampire, you can force a citizen to reveal information thanks to a hint you have discovered, a blue prompt.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
You're exhausted.
No.
Nurse Brannigan, you don't have to... What is the Pembroke Hospital situation?
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me.
This guy has a lot of body movement.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital
Seems like
does
he's
not
on some
lack
kind of
talented
drug.
people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go...
Starting to get a lot of high quality blood.
even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Still standing after this epidemic. There's good reason to be happy.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
This is a weird camera angle here.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want,
super
but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
One way of looking at it.
Goodbye, Milton. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
Must be rough dealing with all the sickness.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
He seemed pretty chatty with me.
How long have you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Seems like we're getting hints about people left and right.
As for me.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable, and your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
That's gotta be rough for him to hear. He's like, I just want to get my damn arm fixed.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name?
Continues to talk to him when he's like, my throat is killing me.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Gosling?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'll let you get some rest then.
Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, madam. Can I help you?
It's my son who needs you, sir.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. How can I help your son?
I'm Beatrice Goswick, mother of Mortimer Goswick. Could you check on him, please, Dr. Reed? I've heard much of your talents as a physician.
What can you tell me about yourself, Mrs. Goswick?
Not much to say. Just take care of my Mortimer and I'll cover all the expenses. That's all that matters.
Are you really that rich? Most of the patients here
Seems like a
are of
rather
more humble
personal
origin, if I may say
question to ask
Yes.
someone.
Thanks to my husband. May he rest in peace. I can cover any needed medical expenses.
May I ask if you have an occupation, Mrs. Goswick?
I'm a teacher by profession. I teach young women who are more ambitious about their futures than their families.
What do you think of your reception here? Any complaints?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital since we arrived. But we had no other choice, considering the state of emergency.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming. I suspect they're not accustomed to dealing with patients of such social standing.
Tell Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
I share your concern, Mrs. Goswick. Be sure that I'll talk to the people involved.
I don't expect compensation, Dr. Reed. But I'm aware such behavior would not be tolerated in other hospitals.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Learning a lot of hints about everyone.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
There's so many people that I want to talk to.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Goodbye, Milton. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Why does Dr. Tippett's claim you're...
If it was...
Dr. Tippett... Goodbye, nurse. Call me...
Oh yeah, I think we've done enough talking with people. Do one more conversation with her to see if I unlocked anything with her.
Goodbye.
Alright, let's go to our room on the second floor, or our office, I suppose. I wonder what it'd be like if I just murdered everyone in this hospital.
Not now.
I could just slash at people with a hacksaw.
It's locked. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
I think some vampires might prefer sleeping in a coffin. Oh, I need 3 common trigger parts. Oh, wow. Okay. Probably gonna be a while before I can upgrade, my weapons, it seems.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
So much time. An immortal like me has all the time in the world. I think I want to go for increased blood absorption when using that bite in combat. So for big thirst, probably. Man, that's 2,000. It's gonna be a while before I can upgrade that. I do think stamina is a big concern, so we're probably going to put some points into that. I'm now level 6. Oh, that's a Shadow Veil. What's this one? Drain your stamina to fade into the shadows and become invisible to most enemies. Moving in this state will drain more stamina. You will exit the shadows if you attack or dodge. That sounds pretty damn cool. Alright, I think we're just gonna confirm right there. Get some more blood later. The following night. Every night, the consequences of your actions may improve or degrade the district health status. It can also be degraded due to diseases spreading among citizens. The more lives you take, the unhealthier your district becomes. If a district's health status drops below the critical threshold, it will plunge into chaos. It is for you to decide. It is for you to decide of a district's fate. So eventually, if I kill enough people in the district, then the whole place will collapse, essentially.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Dr. Swansea asked me to collect you, Dr. Reed. Hurry up!
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
No antiseptics at all? This room is off limits.
Nurse, this room is off limits, and I'd prefer to keep it that way. Make sure the rest of the staff are so informed.
Of course, Doctor. And what about the antiseptics? Or do I inform the staff that you're too busy?
Oh, she is.
I may have a solution.
You were asking to
In
get
France
bit.
during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there first. Where is this morgue?
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back door because it's been sealed off for sanitary reasons. Take this key. It opens a small back entrance at the end of a narrow street.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street. On my way then. Thank you, nurse.
I guess we're going collecting random chemicals.
It's locked. Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any...
Goodbye, Dr. Tibbets.
Okay, let's head to that morgue. Said it was behind the hospital, so is this what we're looking for? That's what we're looking for right here. I can't seem to remember the controls to switch out melee weapons. Z and C. I kind of like the idea of just having a hacksaw. I think we'll use that as our weapon. Just slashing the hell out of people with a hacksaw.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Looks like feral vampires to me. Hey, what? I parried that. Come on. Oh my gosh, that grapple is insane. Milton and
So,
Pippa forever.
Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Some that I can maybe use against them if I need to. I need more blood. Ow.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah, looks like we're back in the hospital now. Heard some screeching, so I think there's more vampires to be found in here. Unless that's just a really unhealthy sounding human.
I cannot enter.
Oh, I can feed on other vampires? Okay, well that changes things.
Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza.
Yeah, I thought I could only feed on other humans.
Balls of Mars, fortifiers. as popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
A cigarette case.
I cannot enter.
I think we have to go to the basement, like he said. Let's go to the top floor real quick, though, see if there's anything useful up here. Just a watery, rich blood sample. Oh, saw someone there. How do I get to the basement? Is it this way, it looks like? Looks like there's two paths to get there. But I'm not quite seeing how I'm supposed to get there, though. More screeching. This is the basement, right? There we go.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not out of blood.
Those things are just annoying to fight. It's hard to time your stake to stun them properly, to get a good blood feed on them. Double feed. A new citizen investigation is available. Citizen investigations are displayed here, categorized by districts. You can start a new citizen quest by tracking it with the left mouse button, then access to your map to locate the area to explore. What does pillar mean? I think pillar probably means that they're like the most influential member across all of them. I wonder if I can kill every single one of them.
Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. I would love to see this game like remade with better graphics, because I'm really enjoying it, but I would love to see it like HD. That would be really cool. Not John Doe. Oh yeah, I forgot you can lock on to enemies. These scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Well, go ahead and do it then, man. No one's stopping you. Definitely very low on blood. was trying to suck his blood. At least he patiently waits for me to finish drinking his blood. Their grapples are ridiculous. Okay, well, I think we're done with this area now.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Oh, he's a trader. Nice.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
He's just got opium hanging around. Doesn't seem to be a person that we can sell to.
Good evening, Doctor.
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
So he's just a body watcher.
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for the missing. Sadly, very rarely happens.
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Also overrun with vampires.
Have we met before?
Could be
I don't
another
think
reason.
so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story, sir. Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved now.
Oh, yeah, about that.
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to
Do you want to be a
long
vampire
life.
too,
But
Rakesh?
everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is, we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Oh, that's super helpful. I should have been doing that earlier. Helps me actually locate people.
You always need the words to calm the children, Helen. I'm alright, as for me. Don't waste your time with me.
There's a person over there that I have not seen yet, apparently.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital instead of a burden.
Man, I'm tempted to suck this guy's blood right now.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
This guy's a grade A dick. $2,600 experience if I were to suck him dry right now, or I could go for more hints. I think I'll wait.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I want to be very careful about when I decide I'm going to feed off someone and if I want to feed off them.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Well, this is a much more refreshing conversation than the last one I just had.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me. but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to
He's like, I'm not running no damn errands for you.
He wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Another investigation with him.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack
Man, that's probably breaching doctor-patient confidentiality right there.
Neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
And he's literally sitting
Good
there
evening, Mr.
listening to
Fiddick.
us
Good
talk
evening,
about
Dr. Reed.
his
Any
arm.
news about my operation?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
That's got nothing to do with you, man.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Making a difference.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of value?
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Diseases decrease the blood quality of a citizen. Use the correct medicine to heal them. Speak to the patient in the room behind Dorothy to check his medical status.
Waste your time with me.
And the only reason why I want to increase their blood quality is so I can eat them.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
I'm sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Yes, maybe. But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Just keep asking him over and over again. How much does your throat hurt?
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
Quit talking to me!
I have to go now, sir.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye.
I'm quite busy right now.
You don't seem very busy, you're just sitting in a chair.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure. But my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
For the
I
fame and
strongly
the glory!
believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
Thank you for your time.
My sweet girl.
Remember, Citizen's Blood will provide you a massive experience boost. Look for Citizen's of your mesmerized level or below and choose wisely.
Reads me like a book.
The game really wants me to feed on people, but they also don't want me to feed. So yeah, it's entirely up to me on who's biting the dust and who's not, it seems. Which I do enjoy. A lot of freedom to make my own decisions and dealing with the consequences of my own actions, so to speak.
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
I'm looking for how to get to this person. Oh, they're laying in bed, that's why. Well, I can't really speak to them, it doesn't look like.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's over?
I retrieved your wallet with all the money and a certain picture.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what? Is it the difference of skin colour that bothers you?
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money anyway. To remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not everybody is as broad-minded as you, Dr. Reed.
I guess we did probably... This is probably going back in a time where racism was very alive and well.
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired of all this shit. Tired of all those corpses piling up. She's as depressed as I am.
You do realize you could both get fired. Hospital staff are not meant to have intimate relationships with one another.
Come on, Dr. Reed. Do you know how many rules are broken in this hospital every day just to keep it running? There's nothing wrong with what we're doing.
During the war, I witnessed a few couples just like you come together in difficult circumstances. It can be very damaging.
Maybe you're right. But we support each other. And that's all that matters.
Goodbye, Milton.
Actually, let me see if he's got other...
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening.
Stuff to trade.
I'd like...
Wise choice,
Yeah, I want another common trigger part. Actually, I'll probably sell.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like.
Wise.
I don't see me going. I don't see me using it probably. Or maybe because I don't know. It does. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait. I might use it because it's apparently decent and decently used in combat. We'll give it a shot here. I don't think I can. Can I upgrade it though? I'm not sure. Or can I even disassemble it? I don't know. I'm just gonna stick with what I got, because my cutting saw seems to be
Good evening,
working
Nurse
quite
Hawkins.
well.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
I can't ask her about her. There we go.
Pepper, I know you're very close to Milton Hooks.
Yes? Milton Hooks is my man. If you want to report me for that, just feel free, Doctor.
I have no intention of reporting you, Nurse Hawkins, but are you aware of the risks?
The rules say I won't be allowed to work as a nurse anymore. But here at the Pembroke, we break rules all the time.
Is he worth the risk?
Hey, I'm no perfect woman, and Milton is not the finest bloke, but we do our best to get by. That's all any of us can hope for nowadays.
I think they make a cute couple. I ship them.
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
I wonder how he would react if she died. If I kind of,
Good evening,
offed
sir.
her.
Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can
What's
help
wrong
me.
with your
I'm
face?
Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
You look like a normal person to me.
How close are you to Miss Hallcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Man, this guy is a really broken individual.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me.
The old and tired
Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame
That
you.
Dr.
You don't
Swansea.
seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
I find that somewhat hard to believe, my friend. Apparently he's healthy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
You disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Hello again, Doctor.
Goodbye. Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
I need blood, Doctor.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
She seemed to be quite happy to be a vampire.
Would you
earlier.
say you and
Now
Mr.
she thinks it's a
Elwood
curse?
are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I'm just a little bit crazy.
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
Tell me, Thelma, what...
Tell me, Thelma.
I'll leave you.
I feel like I should feed on someone, but there's a lot of, you know, hints that I still haven't discovered. I guess I have to find out who's spying on her, maybe? Because I kind of want to feed on her. She's a little nuts. But I've spoken to most everyone, and I can't seem to find anyone that's spying on her. Let's look it up. Let's see. Check out Whitehead, which is where you need to head in the Vampyr Wrong Target quest. You eventually be heading towards Whitechapel, but the first location is not far from the hospital. Check out Whitehead. Is this what they mean? The Whitechapel? Go out the main entrance of the hospital, turn right towards north, walking along the riverside. Do not cross river. After past the building on your right, you will find the entrance to this building on back. Okay, so we gotta go this way. Pass a building on your right, which would be this one, right? Or is this still part of the hospital? Do not cross the river. So this would not be it. Is this what they're talking about back here? Hey guys, how's it going?
Die, Irving!
There's one of them burning! Oh, stay alive!
Drained him dry. I don't think this was the area. I think I just happened to go into some random spot. Oh, this might be it. Oh no, this is it. Your mission is to discreetly go there and observe any suspicious activity concerning said leech, then report directly back to us. We will decide what action should be taken. Find the local command post of the Guard of Prywin. Okay, what's the next part of the quest here? Doesn't really say where to go from there. Travel towards the Whitehead on your mission map. You'll need to make sure you're a high enough level because you'll face some level 12 enemies along the way. Okay, so I think we need to postpone that for a while. We do have some experience to use. So we can rest maybe and level up.
Blaming me will not further your agenda. How long is it going to take to fix me from a year? You have the right to.
I find it super interesting that we're playing as a doctor and we're a vampire at the same time.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
It's a nice word.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
I'm a living paradox.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
No need to apologize.
There's no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit.
And if you have
Her
to
ladyship
eradicate
is
her
certainly
along the
near
way,
tents
then that's fine
outside,
too.
tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Okay, I think we need to sleep again and get some rest. I gotta remember where my room is at first. I think it's this way. Am I getting more and more vampiric the more I level up my powers? Is that what is going on here? Because I'm looking a little bloodshot in the eyes. Let's see. What do we want from this? I think we're gonna go for spring, probably. I want another ability to use. Oh, it's so hard to pick what to level up. I can't believe that costs 2,000. That's like an insanely expensive upgrade. I think I finally picked what I wanted out of all that. The following night. Mortimer Goswick is now healthy. Seems like everyone here is healthy. No one's gotten sick. How do I increase my mesmerize level? Because it's only at level 1 right now. I didn't see any way to level that up on the menu I was looking at. Well, I think the game saves automatically, so we'll probably go ahead and wrap things up there. I'm definitely going to be playing more of this game because I'm loving it so far. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but I think I'm starting to get the hang of it, and I'm really enjoying the atmosphere of the game. So thanks so much for supporting the stream as usual. I gotta find a way to exit out of the game here because there's no quit game button. But I hope you all feel free to stop by tomorrow, and we'll probably do some more Vampyr. And y'all enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you then.